Hello, everybody, and welcome to another California Psychics live reading and a free live preview of our service. I am your host and moderator for today's live stream, where we have a full 1 hour to answer your questions for free. And we are joined by a fan favorite and one of our top rated psychics with Psychic Marin. How are you doing today, Marin?
Oh, I am doing wonderful, Carson, and thank you everybody that's joining us. It's been a little while since I've been on one of these Facebook Monday Lives, so I'm happy to be here today.
Yes, Marin is our stand-in psychic for our Tarot Thursdays. Where we kind of discuss the art of Tarot and pull cards for the audience. But you can join us on those Thursdays on Instagram Live at 10 a.m. PST. But we are here for today's Monday Live, and we have a bunch of questions coming in from the audience already. So let's go ahead and give you a few bits of information right before we get started. For our new customers joining us today, we do have our promo code going on, which is LIVE5 in honor of our live stream today. If you use this code LIVE5 at checkout with us, you can receive an additional $5 added to your first customer package purchased with us here at California Psychics. You can redeem that on our website, californiapsychics.com, or our app, California Psychics. And once again, this code is LIVE5. We will be shouting out the best ways to reach Psychic Marin and some of our other psychics later in the stream. So make sure to stick around and you'll find out her exact schedule when we shout it out. Now, lastly, before we get started, I want to list off some ground rules for some questions today. Unfortunately, here at California Psychics, we are not able to answer any legal or medical questions. For medical questions, this can include treatments, medications, pregnancies, and general fertility questions. And for legal, this can include court cases, custody battles, and just general court or tax decisions. If you do ask about another person, please make sure you include at least just their first name. This will allow Marin to connect faster and more accurately answer your question during today's live stream as well. But I don't have any other information. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and kick off this 1 hour live stream where we can answer your questions for free and get a free preview of Psychic Marin's abilities and why she is one of our top rated psychics here. And our first one, if you're ready, Marin, comes from Ashley. Ashley is asking a love related question. Will Daryl be asking Ashley to be his girlfriend anytime soon?
Right at the very beginning of November is when I start to see that shift. So I just want you guys to know, if you're not as familiar with my style, I have a tendency to close my eyes a lot. That shields me from some of the distractions and I can go within. So please don't be disrupted by my visuals, because I've got to go within a little bit more on this one. Early November is when I see that. And I think it's just in the nick of time for holidays, because when I'm getting late November and the introduction to some of these extended family members, I think that's like the big reveal. And now it's official. So tail end of October looks like I'm assuming it must be Halloween related. There's a little bit of a party event. That's when I'm getting the finalization of, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go for it. And then very beginning of November. So just a little bit longer to wait.
All right. We hope this did resonate with you, Ashley. Our next question for you, Marin, is going to be from Christina. Christina is asking or saying she is currently single. So, Marin, do you see any new or old loves coming Christina's way?
Both. So actually, you've got one of each. However, I feel like they are both starting to appear when I'm looking at the end of August. The X is pretty persistent when I'm looking at the end of August. Then I see you meeting this new person right after. But moving forward, I start to see your focus being on the new person. By early January next year, then I solely get that person. So it feels to me like you're starting off the new year with a clean start, and you don't want that energy from the ex. So you really hone in on the new person by January. I think there's some ends with that ex. I think that there's why this person's coming back, but I think that you're actually supposed to come to the conclusion that I've tried tried again multiple times, and still, no matter what, it's just not the best fit. So prepare for there to be little wishy-washy back and forth in your indecisiveness until January of next year.
All right. It's a great answer, Marin, and a great way to get us started. Great answers for our first couple, Ashley and Christina.
Yeah.
Thank you for your questions. Kelly is our next one for you, Marin. Do you see any new love coming into Kelly's life? And if you also want to pull a card too, we can go ahead and give Kelly a card too.
Yeah, Kelly, we can sure do that for you. Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is the card of community. This is about being social. This card would indicate, like, are you getting yourself out there rather than being on a social media platform or a little less physically forward and evolved? This is getting you out of your comfort zone. This is getting you around some friends and making yourself a little bit more visible. So this is a little more insight as far as how that relationship is developing or how it's coming about. But I am starting to see this. However, your circumstance looks like it's going to be a lot of people that you are meeting and a lot of no's, a lot of people that really just aren't the right fit. So your struggle, your search to find this person feels like you're looking at almost this late summer. You've got almost a year. So unlike some of these other readings that we started off with, real quick timelines that are going to unfold, yours looks like it's almost about a year and a month before I see you in that serious relationship. So in the meantime, getting yourself out there, being social, trying to meet more people, I think you've got some fine tuning to do, if you will.
All right. Well, a great one. Our next one will be for Vitia or Visha. Please forgive me if I mispronounced. But she is asking, do you see her and her husband, Nate, getting back together?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. But we don't have the things or the ability to do a lot of follow-up questions like we do on the Tarot Thursdays. So I keep seeing a young child. I keep getting a connection with the child. So this is, I was trying to get just a little bit more information for you, but it feels like this is obviously the King of Pentacles, which is indicating that the financial structure and the stability that the relationship is providing. But I keep seeing that there's like a necessity or unity because of a child. So without going into aspects of fertility or childbirth, they're just showing me yes, but the underlying force behind this is external. Their soul, the child that's really trying to say, yes, I want this family, I want this unity. So you guys have some sorting out to do. I'm seeing therapy and counseling and conversations not being as fruitful and really having a struggle breaking through on that front. So I want you to know that those attempts that haven't been able to really mend this aren't as necessary moving forward. I'm seeing that this naturally starts to really solidify, but it's not till close to the end of this year, beginning of January for the timeline of that. So hang on for just a little bit longer, because I do see that reconciliation after quite a substantial amount of distance and communication of flat out avoidance right now. Well, less stubbornness.
Thank you. I was going to say, thank you for stopping by. And also, we hope this answer did resonate with you from Marin as well. Our next one for you, Marin, is going to be from Pam. Pamela is asking very simply, what will the remainder of the year bring for Pamela? If you also maybe want to pull a card for her as well.
I'm happy to pull a card, but I can already tell like the focus is so much about money. So we've got the Chariot. That was the card that was drawn. And I own the new card because California Psychics is an incredible blog. You can look it up and get more of a detailed description of what I'm giving, brief summary. So this is the Chariot. This is a card of action, forward movement. And the thing that I really love about this Chariot is we've got this celestial canopy over the top. And so what that really means is that you are being led, you're being spiritually led or guided. So there's just a little bit more guidance than you just blindly moving forward. You've got division of opposites with these sphinxes, the black and white, which create balance. So the card message is really about move forward fast because you have so much guidance. It might feel out of control off the boat, but you are being led and guided, and you have that support. You need to act quick. You need to go. I'm getting this in a context of there's investment or financial opportunity, or that you might come into money or come into an investment where it's generating a lot of money, but you've got to act on it quick. So that combination of fast pace, ready to move forward, trusting the intuition that this is happening for a reason is going to yield you a very hearty financial investment. So timeline of that looks like it's close towards late October, early November. So keep your eyes peeled. I'm curious if you're trying to buy a home, trying to flip a home, or if there's a family member that might have something that is a investment property for you, but keep your eyes peeled.
Did it again. We hope this did resonate with you, Pamela. And it was also a very great answer, I think, and hope it does all work out, and definitely keep us updated. Actually, I do want to pause real quick because it's already like we're 15 ish minutes over the hour. We did start a couple of minutes late, so we'll go a couple of minutes over. But Marin, I wanted to shout out, since you've been giving out some great answers today, and for those who also know you from the Tarot Thursdays, you know just how great your answers are and why you are one of our top rated psychics here at California Psychics. So for those who are who have already enjoyed hearing your answers, can you go ahead and share when is the very next time you're going to be online and ready to chat on CaliforniaPsychics.com and your regular schedule throughout the week?
So right after this live, I'm going to take just a quick little early dinner break, and I will be ready to answer your questions well into this evening. And on a typical week, I tend to break my hours up. I'll have a nice chunk in the afternoon and then another chunk of, or block of hours in the evening. That way I can accommodate both time zones, or East and West Coasters and everything in between. And we've got so many international callers as well that I like to mix it up. Weekends, I usually will do a bigger block. So this week I've got about 30 hours that I'll be available. And I'm one of the psychics that do accept appointments. So if you don't want to wait, if my queue gets a little full, then you're happy. I happily invite you to call customer service and book an appointment to speak with me at the top of the hour.
Yes. And you can find all that information whenever you click the link in the description of the live stream you're watching right now. That will pull up Psychic Marin's profile on CaliforniaPsychics.com, where you can go ahead and even book that appointment right there. If you are having any trouble booking with Psychic Marin or any of our other psychics as well on California Psychics, make sure you go ahead and call our customer care line and say, hey, I want to book with Psychic Marin, and they will be able to get you in an appointment that works for both you and Marin. So go ahead and book your next appointment today. But if you're looking to get another 45 minutes of a free preview, go ahead and stick around for today's live stream because we still got some time. And our next question for you, Marin, is from Nina. And I like this one. Do you have any juicy insight on the connection that she has with Madhu? Madhu.
Okay, so juicy insight. I wish I had juicy insight. I think that what you've got is a man that is a little bit more tongue-tied and a little bit more fumbling with his words. Like, I'm even seeing difficulty with trying to express feelings and express the attraction and the excitement. So I don't know if I could say juicy, but I do see the spiciness of this and the intimacy and the connection really developing when I'm looking at early October. So you've got just a couple months. There's also a vacation that I'm looking at that looks like right around the first part of September. See, when I'm looking at it from more of an intimate component. But juicy drama, past relationships, a lot of women. I think that this guy is a little bit more confident, but not so much in the action. Not confident, little flirtatious, but really kind of hones in on what he's wanting and then goes for it. And so with you, I'd say that this is a little bit more of a business approach, if you will, or professional approach towards this relationship, because he's trying to impress you rather than taking an overly flirty, kind of a hookup fly by night energy. I think he's trying to put his best foot forward in this one and impress you for something more long term. So I like the feel of it, but it looks like the early part of September, there's a vacation, a mini weekend getaway, and that's when it starts to really gel.
All right. And we hope this did resonate with you, Nina, because it sounded like a good answer and looks like you found a pretty good one in Madhu. But let us know and keep us updated on that relationship as well. Our next one for you, Marin, is from Kylie from YouTube. She is saying that she is single at the moment, but can she please get any love insight that you may have for her, please? If we also want to draw a card, feel free.
I can draw a card, but my heart kind of just, yeah, look at this. So this is the Six of Swords. This is a card of leaving. Actually, Carson, I believe we just had this one on the Tarot Thursday last week.
Recognize
so
it.
Hop over to Instagram and you can watch the live recap, because we went into this card a little bit more in depth. This is the Six of Swords. And the key takeaway in this card is the difference in the water. We see turbulent water versus calm water on this side. So you are leaving a turbulent, chaotic relationship headed towards calmer waters. Sometimes this card actually comes up when you are physically relocating rather than it just being metaphoric, like you're leaving a situation. I'm questioning for you if it's actually a little bit of both, that you've actually left a less, let's just say a relationship that wasn't suited for you, and now you're headed towards a new relationship, as well as considering relocation or having recently relocated. I think that you've got a long road ahead, and that's why my very first response and the somewhat disappointment that I felt is you've got a little over 2 years. You're going to go through another cycle of a relationship that's a little more serious, but I'm saying this very lovingly. Like, I just see more maturity. If I were to hypothetically mirror you today versus the person that you would be 5 years from now, there is so much growth in this period of time. I see marriage for you in about 4.5, almost 5 years. And I feel like the relationship that I'm looking at in about two years and a few months from now, you're maturing. And a lot of this process for you right now is so you can grow together rather than you marrying somebody and just completely outgrowing this relationship. Because I see massive growth in terms of your financial stability, in terms of just your confidence, being extremely independent, really needing to get to a point where you've got your life, you've got a roof over your head, you've got a lot of financial security, that you don't feel like you are entering into a relationship where you're kind of weaker or compromised, or you've lost your voice, you've lost that power, you've lost your financial security. You've got a little bit more growth that they're trying to push before that relationship happens. So unfortunately, what that means is you're being introduced to and given a lot of partners that give you trial and error and a lot of experiences and a lot of frustration that comes with that. So even though I'm getting a couple relationships that you might feel that they're the one, I would wait, and I would give yourself about a 2-year window of still dating. I know that's frustrating, not what you want to hear, but I am getting 2.5 years you were in a solid relationship, and that's the partnership that ends in marriage for you.
All right. Kylie, we do want to thank you for stopping by and asking your question today. And yes, definitely keep us updated throughout that journey as well. We definitely want to hear more of your positive growth too. Our next one is going to be from Destiny Marin. Destiny is requesting a card pull. She has recently lost her sister, but her life has been her life has been feeling crazy. She just wants to see what the deck has in store and any insight you might have for her.
Okay. I'm trying to see her and pull her down from above. I just am curious if the symbolism of sunflowers mean anything for her. And I also keep seeing a connection when I'm looking over towards geographically, specifically like Louisiana, top part of Florida, Georgia area. There's family member, and I'm trying to see if it's a mother or somebody that there's a concern or health and aging, and somebody that she's kind of hovering close to in terms of nurturing, or somebody that might be ready to transition as well. And so that's where I'm placing her, or that's the empathy or the emotion that I'm picking up when I'm reading her. When I'm trying to see, gosh, Two of Swords. This is separate from what I just described to you. I was trying to give you a little bit of information of where her soul is, what she's doing. The card for you specifically is the Two of Swords, which is you're in a place of being very guarded. The blindfold is on. This could be because there's emotional sensitivity. It could be because you're in a totally, which I believe you're in a very unrelated situation from your sister where she's trying to support you and saying, take the blindfold off, remove your boundaries, remove this shell of protection, and start to really look at your life, really see what's in front of you. And I more in the context of relationship and partnership. It makes me question, did she have concerns about your romantic life? Did she have concerns about your partnership? Is she trying to get you to see the relationship that you're in for really what it is? So the message to you from her is that it's time to remove the blindfold and start to see your life and really see what's in front of you. But what she's doing right now is making herself available to assist with ultimately what's going to be a transition with somebody that's living in that southern little area that I described. Somebody's nearing completion of end of life, and I feel like it's about 4 or 5 months.
All right. Destiny, we hope this did resonate with you. Our next question is going to be from Dario. Dario is asking about love, Marin. If there's just any general messages from spirit or from the cards as well.
Okay, let's pull a card for you. Oh, this is a spicy one. This is the Five of Swords. Five of Swords comes up when there is that feeling of betrayal. Sometimes it could indicate unfaithfulness within a relationship. So there are two main cards. We've got the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. And the key difference between those is that this Five of Swords is somebody that has caused some sort of pain or inflicted some sort of pain with unfaithfulness or just lack of character and loyalty. And they're looking over their shoulder to rub it in. Like, this is even worse. The Seven of Swords is what we call the stranger in the night. That's somebody that's sneaking around and doing this and not wanting to get caught. This energy is somebody that's saying, yeah, you want to come back for more? I'll continue to hurt you even more and even more. So this makes me question, like, are you just getting out of a dysfunctional relationship? Are you trying to purge this energy, or is the message for you, like, do not go back, that you're going to be subjecting yourself to more and more of this type of energy and this lack of loyalty, and somebody that's kind of taunting you, like, all right, well, are you going to fight for me? Are you going to come back? Are you going to outdo this other person and make yourself worthy? So it's an energy that leaves me feeling very much like you don't need to be going back for more. They're trying to show you the character of relationship and what it will continue to show. I feel like this is something that's going to be really hard for you to distance from. And I wasn't, you're telling me if we could just energy and you take a couple months to rebuild and get really strong, you have a new partnership by the early part of December. I'm not predicting that though, because I just don't see you being able to let go. You're caught in a cycle, and I feel like this person's still in your life and back and forth and back and forth. So do what you want with this information, but my advice would be to really see this person as the nature of this relationship and what it is, and to start to distance and let go and invite a new energy into your life early December.
All right. Yes, Dario, we hope this did resonate with you, and we hope honestly you can use it to grow further. But we do want to hear more from you, so definitely stop by again so you can keep us updated. Our next question is for Alicia. Alicia is asking you, Marin, that she will be turning 40 in about less than a month. Is there any predictions for that new age or her decade that she should be knowing about?
Okay. You know, I gotta say, I'm nearing 50, and 40 was a big change. You know, you would think that there wasn't that much change between 30 and 40, but once I hit 40, so much change, and in a good way. With you, I'm honing. Oh, Two of Cups. Gosh, this is the card everybody wants. But I'm going to get into this in just a second. One of the visuals and what they were showing me was a little home. And I'm curious, and maybe you're not in a situation where you can comment, but I just keep being shown this little home. It looks like you're either building a tiny home or trying to rebuild a home. And it looks like, is it a vacation home or a second investment home? But they keep showing this as if it's like your life's goal or ambition, or this is like completion. So I'm trying to pinpoint what it is, or if that really just a visual and a dream. Seeing that being built right now, I feel like it's more of what your life goal or ambition is. So I do get that. The card for you that you got, and this is the card, this is one of like a handful of cards within the tarot that everybody wants. And I will always say that when I pull one of these cards. This is the card of marriage, but what really makes this card special is this caduceus that we see right here. And we often see this as the symbol for physicians, the two snakes and the serpent almost making this double helix DNA that's wrapped around the blood of the angel wings and archangel wings. So there is a lot of symbolism in this symbol coming right between two individuals, which is, this is a divine relationship. We've got the angel wings blessing this relationship. We've got the double helix snakes, snake biting its tail, which is a symbol of infinity. And this is almost like an Adam and Eve type of energy because it's a divine union. They're coming together. They're being blessed with this spiritual insight. So this is a soul connection. I kind of veer away from the term soulmate because it's just got such a misused quite often. I don't believe that just a soulmate is everything that's sunshine and rainbows. I still believe that soulmates bring us growth and lessons and help our souls evolve. But this is a card that's showing a very, very solid, spiritually blessed relationship. So it's the Two of Cups. Everybody wants to see either this card or the Lover's card, which is the true Adam and Eve, or the Four of Wands. Those are like the main marriage cards within the tarot. So this is indicating that you've got a very solid relationship in unity or marriage or eventual marriage with that soul partnership.
Right. Thank you, Marin, for that reading. And Alicia, we hope that did resonate with you. Now that we're a little bit over halfway, I did want to take a pause and shout out the best ways to reach Psychic Marin, because she's been giving out some great answers today. And this is our free live preview of her abilities today. So, Marin, can you go ahead and shout out when is the very next time that you are available for a private one-on-one reading that's, away from the live, away from me too. So that way people could get into their, I guess, more personal questions that they wouldn't, I guess, want to share for everybody. But can you go ahead and share when your schedule is and the next time you'll be online at californiapsychics.com?
I will be available right after this live stream. I'm going to take just a brief break and then I'll hop on to answer your questions. And I think I'm going till almost midnight tonight. So I've got a lot of availability tonight. And I sprinkle my hours usually between afternoon and evening to capture all the time zones. But if for some reason you don't want to wait in my queue, you're welcome to book an appointment. I do accept appointments. And I do also receive the direct messages. If there's a time, let's say that you can only read at 8 a.m. Pacific time before you head off to work, and I never scheduling hours that early in the morning, but you really need to speak with me, send me a message and I'll try to adjust my schedule or let you know if I can pop in an early hour and accommodate you, because I'm pretty flexible with my schedule.
All right. And yes, if you're having any troubles booking whatsoever, once again, you can go ahead and call customer care line and say, hey, I want to book with Psychic Marin, and they will get you an appointment slot that works for both you and Marin. And don't forget, you can click the link in the description and that will pull up Psychic Marin's profile, as well as the ability to go ahead and book or hop right into her queue. But we still have half of our stream left to go. And so that means we have a lot of burning questions to get through. Marin, if you're ready. And our next one comes from Apana, who is asking for a general love reading. Marin, if you also maybe want to pull a card, feel free.
Do that. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to shuffle and get a card. So general love. This is the Four of Pentacles, which is not so much a love card, but it is indicating the energy of being a little bit more guarded, a little bit more withdrawn. Sometimes stubborn is a word that's associated with this card. So you're being very selective. Even though we see coins in the context of money, this isn't really a Tarot Thursday lesson, so I'm not going to spend too much time teaching you the tarot like I will on Thursdays. But the energy, even though we see pentacles, it still can translate in the context of love, because this energy of hoarding or being a little bit more selective and stubborn. But what's interesting is I'm connecting with you is that this is not a card of warning of don't do this. This is a card of saying, yeah, you kind of need to do this. And I think that that's what takes a reading or a literal translation from a card versus the difference of a psychic reading and that ability for somebody to see and feel and interpret to what exactly is this card. Because if you drew this, you might think, oh, do I need to be stubborn? Do I need to buckle down? Do I need to wait? And what they're showing me is you've got to remain in this position to be selective. I think that I want to give you permission to be very, very choosy and very selective. And if you are somebody that enjoys journaling or being able to make checklists and process your thoughts on paper, I feel like you are pursuing a relationship, but you're not giving a very clear message to what it is you're looking for. So this is a card that's going to help you in seeing that maybe I need to be a little more withdrawn, a little more stubborn, fine tune exactly what it is that I'm looking for. And if I want to take a sheet of paper and basically design that dream partnership down to the color of their eyes, like dream big, and then let's hone in and fine tune from there. But this is a message of clarity, being a little bit more stubborn, being a little bit discerning. And how can you get that withdrawal and take some alone time to get clear on what it is you're looking for?
All right. And we hope this did resonate with you, Apana. That was a great answer, by the way, Marin. Our next one will be for, let's go ahead, and Z is asking that they just came out of a complicated relationship. They've met someone, but they're scared of getting hurt again. Could this person be their person? And his name is Greg, by the way.
Okay.
So
Z,
the person,
that's
yes.
the question. Potential partnership is with Greg.
Yes, that is correct. My vote.
Okay. I am going to draw oh, yeah. Ew. This is the Eight of Wands. This is a card that is only, it's one of the fewer cards where you can see visually. There's not a lot of symbolism, but what we've got are these wands. And when my mind sees these, I feel like they're just a bunch of arrows, like just shooting through the wind so fast. Boom, 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 boom. So the message behind this card is that you've got to act fast. And the pace of this and what you are describing may feel like this is happening so fast. It's supposed to, it's actually helping you heal from that traumatic relationship from the past. Yes, I do feel that you can trust this person. However, the relationship right now is really all about you. And I feel like this person, instead of you really getting to meet this individual and learn more and more about them, they're here for you. They are the nurturer. They're tiptoeing around you. They don't want to trigger any frustrations or any emotions from the past. So they're approaching this relationship like they're just a saint. Like you're still in the honeymoon phase of this relationship. And I actually don't even see you really getting to know this person until late January, early February. So my advice to you would be go for it. Align with that Eight of Wands energy. Fast, because it is going to feel that way. Allow yourself to surrender to this pace of it feeling so fast, but also just make a mental note that what you're seeing right now is not really how the relationship truly starts to unfold. It will feel a little bit more balanced. There will be some personality, little quirks that start to surface. Everything that feels like it's just so perfect and amazing and it's all about nurturing you and helping you right now, that emotion's going to die off around late November, December, and then you're going to start to really get to know who they are and see some of their flaws. So if it just looks like it's too good to be true right now and everything's developing at such a fast pace, that is correct, but it does start to feel very real right after the new year. And then you're going to feel like, okay, now I see all of them. Now I get both sides of the personality, the too good to be true and the reality, with a little bit of baggage and some quirks. But I think that this is a suitable healing relationship and also suitable long-term relationship. Little bits of immaturity that might frustrate you from time to time, but that's just the good with the bad. So I think that if you can enjoy it and know that you're really going to settle into this right after the new year.
All right. And yes, we hope this did resonate with you, Z. It sounded like a really good answer. Our next one is
mostly good reads today, Carson. There's only been a couple, like maybe something somebody didn't want to hear, but I'm very happy with the cards today.
I know, yes, and I'll say Marin is very much one of those readers that will tell you exactly what you need to know, even if it doesn't feel the most like thing that you want to hear right now. It's the thing that you definitely do need to hear. And I do want to thank everybody who has been stopping by for today's free live preview of our service today. We still got about 15-ish minutes where we can answer your questions for free. But if you are wanting to get a private one-on-one reading experience where you can kind of get really in a back and forth chat with Marin, I want to give Marin another opportunity to shout out her hours. Marin, when is the very next time you're going to be available to be reached on CaliforniaPsychics.com only, or our California Psychics app? What is your regular schedule and the very next time you will be online?
Right after this live into the evening, and every day I usually block some hours in the afternoon and in the evening to accommodate different time zones. But I do have on Wednesday a lot of hours, and then on Saturday I think I have like an 8-hour block of time, so I'm pretty available. I usually set about 25 to 30 hours a week.
Awesome. And yes, you can go ahead and click the link in the description below, and that will pull up Psychic Marin's profile. And also for any new customers that may be joining us and have been enjoying this free live preview of California Psychics, once again, just want a reminder that we have our promo code LIVE5. If you use that, you get $5 extra added to your first purchase with us here at CaliforniaPsychics.com. So to go ahead and why not use it whenever you get your first reading with Marin. We've just shouted out her hours, and yes, go ahead and click that link in the description to get your first reading with her. All right. Now I want to answer one more question right before going into our tarot section, Marin. So this one is for Melissa. Melissa has asked that her mother has had her blocked since about 2021 after the two of them got into a kind of a bad fight. Is there any possible timing on when Melissa and her mother will be kind of coming back into contact? She's feeling a little bit heartbroken, and we only have her initials for her mother, which is SB.
Yeah. So what I can say is that before the end of the year, before holiday time, the end of the year, I see this relationship mending. But I've got to tiptoe around health matters and health concerns, but it feels like I can't go back and forth with you and ask questions, but I can just describe to you what I'm shown. It looks like there's a little bit of a health scare for her. It looks like there's a concern. And I feel like that's what cuts through all the BS and all this minutia and bickering and frustration. And it all gets swept under the rug. I don't really get a conversation that resolves past issues. Instead, it's just like, gets tender. We're not going to really go there and discuss things, but this is what's happening with me physically and my health concerns. And I just want to reach out and talk to you because, you know, life's too short for us to be feeling this way. And so it's a little concerning. And I just want to prepare you for that's what's going to be the catalyst that allows her to reach out and really want to heal this. But I also feel like it's not something that your guides are emphasizing, that it's really necessary to go backwards and address the root of this frustration. I think, in fact, it would be better seeing that she's coming to you with some health concerns, that what she's trying to do is just heal your relationship and move forward. So if you can let those bygones be bygones and move forward with her, early November, I start to see that shift. By the end of November, the two of you are close.
All right. Now we are going to be transitioning over to our card pull section of the live stream. For those who are unfamiliar, just during this last 15 minutes, I like to go and make sure we can get some extra questions answered and a little bit faster. So we switch over to card pull questions. Marin, while we wait for some of those questions to pull in, like general career, finance, and love, can you very quickly shout out again your regular schedule and the next time you will be online at California Psychics?
All right. I will be on in about 20 minutes or so right after this live. And my typical schedule is that I will work hours morning, late afternoon, and then also again in the evening. I tend to work about 30 hours a week, a lot of mixed schedule to accommodate everybody, but send me a little note if for some reason there's a time frame that's just not working for you and you've been really wanting to connect. Nothing makes me sadder than to hear somebody start off the reading by saying, gosh, you know, I've been waiting to get a reading with you for over a year, but your schedule just never worked with mine. So send me a message and I can always add a little hour at 8 a.m. or something to make sure that I make myself available.
Right. And yes, you can go ahead and click the link in the description and that will pull up Psychic Marin's profile on CaliforniaPsychics.com. And you can go ahead and call our customer care line found on our website. And that will also give you the ability to book an appointment with Marin if you do kind of want somebody to help you walk through it. Our first card pull will be for Mary Ann. Mary Ann is asking for a love card, Marin.
Mary Ann, thank you for joining us, Mary Ann. Mary Ann's one of my favorites. She's been reading with me for a long time. Okay, Mary Ann, Seven of Pentacles. This is the card of growing and tending to that garden and taking a little bit of a pause to reflect on what weeds need to be weeded out, what you need to fine tune in your garden of life. Are you on the right track? So take pause and really kind of gather your thoughts, because the universe communicates through symbols and through your intentions and your prayers and desires. And if those aren't clear, you're not going to have a clear result. So if we can take a little bit of time to just step back and really analyze and perfect or dream, plant those little seeds and make sure that you're growing and manifesting what it is that you really want. So Seven of Pentacles for you today, Marianne.
Awesome. And we hope this resonated with you, Mary. Definitely let Marin know if it did. Angelica is asking for another love card for you, Marin.
Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is somebody that is like, I call this card my Christopher Columbus. And in some decks, we actually see little boats that are out there in the water. And essentially what this person has done is put a dream into action, put something out there, and now they are gazing into that crystal ball and they're waiting to see the result. They're waiting to see if the fruits of this labor are going to return, or if they need to fine tune and adjust. So this is a card of decision making. This is a card of thinking and planning. And it's also, but because we've got the suit of wands, the wands are the element of fire. So there's a sense of passion in this. There's a sense of fun or excitement or passion behind this. But this is indicating there's a goal, there's a dream or a plan or something that you put into action, and now you're just going to wait and see how it results. Typically, it's considered a more like positive rather than it being a negative. In a reverse position, it would indicate that there's a little bit of a glitch with this plan. So this is a plan that is midway in its stage of developing.
Amazing. Our next one will be, and also I did see a little note from Mary saying just a little thank you, Marin, for you. But our next one will be for Krista. Krista is asking for a general card.
Krista got the Devil card, and the Devil card comes into our life to show us, what are you chained to? We've got this Adam and Eve that is being monitored and kind of overseen by this entity that is keeping them chained and bound. So this is a card of what addictions are there, what things are in your life that are keeping you from being your higher self or seeing clearly, feeling clearly. Are there addictive tendencies? Maybe it's a person that's in your life that's kind of chaining you down. So this is a card that's not meaning you're cursed, you don't have the devil, you're like a Christian context. This is trying to bring awareness to what is it that's chaining you down or holding you back, that's preventing you from just living this life of clarity and freedom and abundance. It's keeping you chained and shut down and kind of restricted in your abilities. So this card usually comes up when there's just an avoidance. Nobody wants to dive into this energy. Nobody really wants to unclutter and go within. But if you choose to, it's going to be a beneficial experience, but not an easy one. So I think that this is a little nudge to just question whether or not you want to dive into this energy and do some soul work, because this card's a heavier card for sure.
All right. Now we do have another card, one from Love Bug, but also real quick, I did see some comments just from the YouTube side about feeling a little bit unfair. I do want to just point out that there is not really any order that we pick these comments. They are picked a little bit randomly, but also YouTube does have a smaller, I guess, view count. There is a little bit more people watching on YouTube, or I mean on Facebook. So if it does feel like Facebook is getting picked a little bit more, there is no reason for it. There just happens to be a little bit more volume of people coming from that, I guess, from Facebook. So I am trying to fairly pick between the two. Just wanted to let everybody know as well. But Love Bug is asking for a love card as well.
Okay, Love Bug, let's get you a card. Oh, I'm curious about this one. Trying to see if it's a place or a person. 8 of Swords. This is you trying to leave a situation. You've got this little home in the background and you have run away and you've made it this far and you just can't get away. You are trapped. You want to leave, but you can't. Sometimes this card, because we see the little house in the back, is actually indicating that you're leaving a physical situation or a home. Could even be in the context of career, but I was pausing for a second because I was trying to see relationship or partnership. And in fact, I don't get an image of you leaving a relationship. And so it makes me question, are you considering leaving? Should you be leaving? Are you in an unhealthy situation where you aren't allowing yourself to leave? You don't have the courage or the drive to leave, because this is somebody that, like we saw earlier with the 2 of Swords, common theme here with this energy of the swords and being blindfolded and bound. You can see how the progression of the tarot is a story. So I can't find that card right now in my stack of cards. It's going to take me too much time to get it. But if we can remember that energy of the 2 of Swords, where she is bound and blindfolded, well, the progression in the tarot is, if she hasn't healed that, if she hasn't worked through that, now fast forward to this position of the 8 of Swords, and now it's even worse. Like now she's completely bound. Her body's bound. She's in like a straitjacket. Her eyes are blindfolded, and she just can't leave the situation. She's trapped and she's stuck. So this is not so pleasant card, a little bit of a frustration, emotion, and just lacking that courage to break free and to leave a situation that is not serving you. So step 1 would be removing this blindfold and having the courage to be shown and to really see what's in front of you, and then little by little unraveling the bound ribbon around you and being able to free yourself from a situation.
All right. Now we have time to answer a few more questions as well. And just a reminder, we'll be going just a couple of minutes over the hour because we started a little bit late. But Marin, can you very quickly go ahead and shout out once again, when is the very next time you'll be available on California Psychics and your regular schedule throughout the week?
About 15-20 minutes I will be on the line, and I will be on all night tonight into the evening, and then I've got blocks of hours in the afternoon and in the evening pretty much every day this week, and a nice big chunk of time on Saturday. So find me online or book an appointment.
Amazing. And you can do that by clicking the link in the description of the live stream you're watching right now, and that will pull up Psychic Marin's profile to book that appointment. Next one is for Tara, who is asking for a career card, please.
Tara with the career question. Okay, they just sent me backwards, so I'm a little this is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is somebody that is a spiritual mentor. We've got this very, very Catholic priest imagery. What that means is that there's somebody in your life that is serving that role of a leader, could be a boss, but this is somebody that actually is giving you much more than just a job or structure in your career. This is somebody that is serving more of that father figure or spiritual figure, a teacher. What was interesting is, as I started connecting with you about your career path, they immediately sent me backwards. And so I'm questioning for you if you are having second thoughts about a previous career that you left or previous career path. If there's somebody in your life that you really identify as that's that spiritual mentor that has an opportunity for you, a job lead for you, or somebody that you just want to mentor you and work with to make your life feel like there's a spiritual purpose in what it is that you're doing. It also comes up for those that are seeking career paths, such as what I do, is more of a spiritual counselor and mentor or therapist. But that is the energy surrounding your question around career. And I just hope this resonates with you and you know who it is that I'm talking about.
Right. And yes, right. We're kind of running in on the last few minutes, so we hope this did resonate with you, Tara. But what I'd like to do, Marin, and we've done this a couple times before, we will be pulling out the cards, but we won't have to dive too deep into the meaning. Mainly, I just want to kind of call out the card names, and that way, if users want to, they can go ahead and look it up on their own as well, just to get a couple more questions answered, because I know we still have a lot in here. All right, Jeanette is asking for a card on a new home.
Card on a new home, Jeanette, you've got 10 of Pentacles, and this is showing concerns about finances and affordability. And I feel like this is a legacy, this is associated with legacy home, or could be inheritance home, or passed down to family members. So this is positive. 10 of Pentacles.
Yes, if you'd like to look that one up, Jeanette. The next one is for Jennifer. Hello, and another J. Will things with Jason become long-term? So a love card.
Knight of Wands. This is a lot of fire, a lot of passion. That means there's a lot of sexual chemistry. So the relationship may feel like it has a nod towards being a little bit more about the intimacy, but there's a lot of passion and fire behind this to carry this. So I think it's gonna stay. Knight of Wands.
Knight of Wands for Jennifer. Jess is asking for a general card. Next upcoming months and a potential move in the future.
4 of Cups. This is somebody, you, who's being maybe a little stubborn or not willing to look at other options, or just feeling like, no, you need to think outside of the box a little bit more, or really look at something that just comes out of thin air, like an opportunity that's the hand from the heavens saying, here it is to dust. So you're not finding what you want. Just wait a little bit longer. They said about a month. You've got about a month until I see that.
Perfect. Julie with another general card, please.
The general card. All right, Julie, this is the 3 of Wands. Very, very similar to the 2 of Wands that we saw earlier. Similar Christopher Columbus energy that's set out to sail and waiting for those ships to come home. This is somebody, though, that is involved more in a community sense. And so what are you collaborating? What are you building? What are you waiting for? This is it's a card of waiting for the results of something you've put into action.
All right. And Marin, right before we pick our last couple, once again, go ahead and shout out the very next time you'll be online.
Almost 15 minutes, 10 minutes right after this live, well into the evening tonight. So if you're sitting at home or need somebody to talk to sort out some matters in your life, then give me a call.
And also any follow-up questions that you have. And our last one for Minnie Mouse, who is asking for a love card. Minnie Mouse from YouTube.
Okay, well, Minnie Mouse, this is an interesting pull, because we did two for one. You get 2 cards. We've got the Ace of Swords reversed, which is a thumbs down. This would say no, 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 no. And we have that stranger in the night card, or the cheater, the person looking over their shoulder that's carrying all these swords, that has inflicted some sort of pain or suffering. So not a very positive card. This could indicate an affair or cheating or sneaky behavior. So the fact that I'm seeing a cheating situation, a dishonest situation, not cheating just in the context of intimate faithfulness. I'm talking about just character in general, paired with a swords thumb down. Not a good situation that you're dealing with, because they wanted you to see both of these cards tonight.
All right. Now, Marin is gearing up to go ahead and be online here at California Psychics. So we have reached the end of our 1-hour live stream and our 1-hour free live preview of California Psychics. We've got to show off Marin, one of our top rated psychics today. And if you still don't believe us, you can go ahead and visit her page right in the description below. And we have, honestly, at this point, thousands of reviews just for Marin and how great and awesome she is. And if you want to see her very soon, again, you can tune in to us on Thursday on Instagram at 10 a.m. PST. We'll also be shouting that out on our Instagram story when you can tune in, but you'll be able to join us on our Tarot Thursday, where we discuss more about the art of Tarot. We want to thank everybody for joining us for today's free live preview. We will be hosting again next Monday, but thank you once again for joining us and for all your great questions and your great answers today, Marin. And until next time, bye-bye, everybody.